What's up, you guys? So, this is totally different, y'all. I'm just shocking y'all. I know I am. This guy right here is my husband. Tell me your name.
Justin.
It's Justin, my husband, my babe, my future baby daddy. This is this guy. So, if you guys follow us on social media, you already know that he's my husband. Duh.
Right.
But if you don't, that was the introduction. Okay? Also, if you follow us on social media or if you've seen my last video that I uploaded, you will see that we are on a fertility journey. Woo! So we have literally been trying to conceive for a total of 9 years unsuccessfully. So we have now begun the help of my OBGYN, who has started me on a ton of different medications.
It's not a ton. You only taking like 2.
Well, yeah, technically it's just
because it's just
been 2. It's just been 2. So people, I take that back.
Okay.
I take it back. It's only been 2, guys. Okay. All right. So, Justin, last time I recorded, I let the people know how it felt to me. So I'm gonna hush my mouth and I'm gonna let them know how it felt to you. How has it been over the last 9 years, actively trying to conceive, but not technically being able to? You go.
Well, it's been very difficult. From a man's perspective, been very difficult and heartbreaking, emotional. Sad. I feel like you're gonna need a tissue.
I feel like you should finish.
Okay. Sad. I have numbed myself to the feeling of until the process, like trying to become pregnant. I remember Rissa taking pregnancy tests and it being, negative, and how she would cry and I would just be there and I never had my moment, and I would just try to be that husband that just was there for her and just comfort her, embrace her, tell her it's gonna be okay. And the reality was, whether we have a kid naturally or we adopt, I always said that. I said, babe, we can always adopt. It's fine. I just want to be a dad, to somebody's kid. You know what I'm saying? So, I've realized since we've started talking about this more frequently, like what men go through, what some men go through. I won't say all men, but what some men go through, and being someone that is committed to their wife, faithful to their wife. I know some guys, they be like, I'm just gonna go out and have a kid with somebody else, since you can't. And
boo to you guys. If you boo to you.
That's funny. That is funny.
Ahead,
so no, you're so I just stay committed, stay faithful to my wife, and I've always believed that we would be a family, just didn't know necessarily how. So we've prayed about it, we've haven't really talked about it until now, and it's been really freeing, is a good word, but it's been very freeing because I'm able now to share with her how I felt, and I was like, I'm scared, frustrated, upset, mad at myself. I was mad at myself because I I was like, did I do something along the way? Because we didn't know before the whole PCS thing. I was like, is it something?
PCOS.
What I said?
PCS thing.
I thought I said OS, but I probably said fat.
No,
okay.
fine.
All
PCOS.
right. Okay. All right.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
At the whole PCOS thing, and you know, just like felt helpless and like because it was like there's nothing I can do really. There's really nothing I can do. So, I would say over the years I have been numb. I didn't realize how numb I was. I was thinking about the other day about how, like, I think you were talking about like what's going to happen when you take a pregnancy test, and I was like, on the internal side of myself is like, this sounds bad. Please hear me. I don't mean it like, you know, whatever. But it was like I really don't care. Like on the inside, it's like I don't care if you take one or I don't care if you don't. Just I got to the place where it's like, don't come to me unless we know that you're pregnant. Because anybody that's gone through this journey, like you taking like false, but you take pregnancy test after pregnancy test after pregnancy test after pregnancy test and wah. And it's like when you get another one, just like a piece of your heart just breaks, and it seems like it's unrepairable. So like we've gotten to the point where Rissa would take a pregnancy test and I'd be like, I can't feel. Yeah. I was like, I can't afford to feel. And that is so contradictory to what we believe. We believe, you know, having faith in God. We believe, you know, putting our trust in God for everything. But, you know, I was talking to my mom and dad, and it's crazy how we sometimes neglect the moments of our humanity in being a Christian. Jesus is in the Garden of Gethsemane, and he is getting ready to be crucified. And you know, one of the most painfulest deaths that you can ever experience. And while he's in the garden, he is getting ready to be crucified. One of the most horrific death experiences that you could ever experience. And before he gets crucified, he says to the Father, you know, pass this cup from me. He's like, in other words, people that don't understand that, in other words, he's like, is there any other way that I can fulfill your will? Is there any other way? Like, can we do this another way? And in his next breath, he says, nevertheless, not my will, but your will be done. And I was talking to them, and they really helped me along this journey, because it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're a pastor. It doesn't matter if you're an evangelist, a minister, whatever, you know. All of us have that humanity moment, and we're like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to put, you know, it's you just have a moment in your humanity. And my moment in my humanity was saying that I don't want you to take any more tests until I hated pregnancy tests. Didn't want to see one anymore. I just wanted you to go to the doctor, do the blood testing, and we know for sure. So this whole journey has actually, I've allowed God to come into a whole nother sector in my life that I had shut down to him. And in this whole thing, I found out that I have faith in God for certain things, but then there are certain things that I just totally was like, I don't want you to have, like it sounds stupid saying that out loud. It's like, I don't invite you into this part of my life because I've been broken so many times. And it's like, I don't think I can take it. So, so now that we're going through this journey,
yes,
and I'm excited. I've allowed God to really come into my life more and unnumb me from numbing myself of this whole process and this journey. So I'm actually excited.
I'm excited.
I'm
Very excited.
I'm still trying to let because everybody knows me. Like, I'm really chill on this video, and I'm really never really chill. I'm really like, on 10.
Yes.
So this is how would I say it? This is, I'm coming to the point where it's like my normal expressions are allowed, or my normal characteristics are allowed to hear, because this is normally, this has been my demeanor, just not a poker face, but like a on guardness. That's what I'm looking for, like a on guardness, because it's like at any time I'm gonna have to go and pick up the pieces to Marissa. And it's like, I've not been able to be emotionally invested because I spent so much time making sure she was okay and she would be okay during certain things. It was like, I never even realized that I wasn't okay.
Yeah.
And I really wasn't okay. And for years, I wasn't okay. I would get mad at people when they asked us, when are y'all gonna have a kid? The responses that people come up with in this whole journey in the fertility journey, if you're having issues, the excuses that you come up with, they're crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Kind of excuses,
I used to tell people, give me a $10,000 down payment because they're expensive. I used to tell people just the various.
We didn't want we don't want kids right now. Oh, we want to travel.
Oh, we want to travel. We want to be established first. Have a catering business. Want to get that going good. We're a massage therapy clinic. Want to do that. And it's like we just make so many excuses for what we had going on, and I think that's the thing. Sometimes we make so many excuses, and it's like we don't give ourselves the ability to have that moment of humanity in the garden.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's all right, y'all. We're going through this thing. We pray that you're watching this. This gives you hope. This faith in being a family again. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's through natural birth or that's through adoption, whatever. But you guys are a family already. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to, for the guys, you have to be able to open up and find inventive ways of telling your wife how you're feeling during those moments, because I would not be numb now if I would have said something sooner.
Guys, I had no idea. I think that when you're in the midst of it, you're so encompassed around you, especially for the women that have different types of medical issues that prohibit them from conceiving or make it difficult for them to conceive. Like me with PCOS, it wasn't a him thing. So, he's fine. It's me that have the problem. So I didn't think, and I don't know why I didn't think, but I guess just in that moment going through it, I didn't think that, oh man, it affects him as bad as it affects him. Like, yeah,
this affects you.
Right. I thought I was like, okay, this is me. This is my issue. Like, it's my thing, but it's not my thing. It's our thing because we're going through it together. So exactly. I totally didn't know. So ladies, just be mindful and be open with your husband. Ask them, how do you feel? I know this happened. I know this was a negative pregnancy test, but how do you feel about it?
And I think you did ask me sometimes, but I have this like protection thing and this mode of saving till I don't allow myself to have even if I never had the honest moment with her, I never had the honest moment with myself. I never took it to God in prayer. I never did. I literally took it and just said, shove it down, and it just went.
You foul 13.
When I tell you,
you foul 13.
I did.
Don't foul 13 your hurt. Do not foul 13 your struggles, your pains, anything that you're going through. Yeah. It needs to be voiced. A lot of times we as people deal with a lot of different things that we do not have to deal with if we were just to talk to somebody and let somebody know how we were feeling. We literally could just get it all out then versus holding on to it and then dealing with it secretly.
And don't like go and tell the whole world about it and don't communicate it with your spouse. Because at the end of the day, it's you two in the fire and in the thicket together. It's not you two against each other. It's you two together. So, you know, you definitely going to have to muscle enough strength, man. Whether you have to write it down, put in a text message, you know, whatever, you know, you send her off and, hey, go to the spa today, you know, or just do something nice for her. And then, you know, because if you're like me, you're like, I don't want to burden her with any other emotion in this thing. So, you know, do something nice. Let it be a day where she's not dealing with it. And, you know, just come to her, you know, the best, your best way. I'm not going to tell you what your best way is. You know your wife, you know what I'm saying? You know your best way, but I wish I would have came to you and told you, you know, how I was feeling, you know, sad, and even having this conversation with you about it, I never really has had the opportunity. I never gave myself the opportunity to vocalize how I felt. So, yeah. It was pretty rough, but so now I'm excited. I'm becoming unnumb through the whole process. You asked me today. Now Marissa doesn't want to. I want to be super involved. That sounds funny because you have to be involved. Wait a minute. So I want to be involved with her taking the pregnancy test because that was like the thing that like I stopped feeling in. It was like seeing that. So, but she wants to surprise me with a pregnancy test thing. And no, this is my time. Wait. I'm like, what is it? Antoine Fisher. This is my time.
Okay, fine.
Wait, so I'm not, I wouldn't mind her telling me on kid number 2, but kid number 1, I'm like, this is how I feel. I'm like, yo, we've been in this thing together. Why not? Let's just do this thing together. Let's just do this thing together. So, but she doesn't want to.
Why?
Can I
say something?
Because you want to see my face of excitement.
I've seen your face when I've taken pregnancy tests before in the past, and they were negative. And I honestly, if it's not a positive, after catch you guys up. So I did the Provera. I took that to make, and Provera causes you to have a cycle if you don't automatically have cycles on your own. And with the PCOS, it causes you not to have cycles. So I didn't have cycles, and so I took Provera. And after Provera, I had my cycle. It was on day 14. So on day 14, which it normally comes on like day 3 or 4, but it was like 14 days later, then I had a cycle. And then on day 5 through 9, you take Clomid. Clomid causes you to ovulate. So I ovulated on the 3rd and the 4th of this month.
Which was last week.
That was not last week.
It wasn't?
No.
A week before
It's
last?
almost 2 weeks ago.
Ain't it time for you to take a pregnancy test? I'm just playing.
He's trying to do the math because he wants to know when I take the pregnancy test. But I don't want to take the pregnancy test and have him super excited. He's not numb anymore, so I don't want to have him
fine, but
super excited and then it's a negative.
I love when you take it.
So I want to take it, and then if it's a positive, then I want to give him I want to do something nice.
But you're not alone. That's my thing.
It's not going to be alone. I'm going to let you know as soon as I take it.
Okay. That's fine.
Because I already have the gift.
Okay.
So I'll take it and then I'll be like, here you go.
So anywho, so Marissa has taken the medicine to make her ovulate.
I did ovulate.
2 days. Had 1 day was a false positive.
Oh yes. Okay. So if you guys are on Clomid, do not take your ovulation test super early till right after you finish, because I took it like the day after I finished, and it gave me a false positive.
And you didn't take all your medicine like you were supposed to. I told you. I said, babe, you're supposed to take your medicine one more day.
Okay, guys, listen.
We're gonna let don't shush me.
I made a mistake, and I did not take all 5 days of my Clomid. I only took 4 days. So I pray that I still have a kid in me when I take this test. I pray that.
That sounds so weird. I pray I have a kid in me. I just pray I'm pregnant.
I pray that there's a kid right now in my...
Okay, moving on. Okay. So Rissa took that, we did, Rissa was ovulating, and, we took advantage of those moments, and, with those 2 days, and...
The baby danced.
Baby danced.
That's what it's called, baby dancing. Keep going.
Moving on.
Yeah.
And so now we're in, now let me just tell you, with this whole thing, Marissa's been super hormonal and moody. Which
is from Clomid. And Clomid, you're pumping hormones in your body. You're going to be...
And I am normally a guy, if you say something to me outside of the way, I don't take that so well. But I've been trying to be cognizant of the fact that Rissa is on hormone pills. And, you're getting pumped with hormones because of the Clomid, right? And one day I just sat her down. I said, babe, your tone's a little sharp, and you probably didn't notice it, but I'm just bringing it to your attention. And I did good. The other day, I didn't have such a good day, but we're taking all victories here, one day at a time. Why are you looking like that?
It's your time.
Huh?
It's your time. You go for it.
No, okay. You want to say something?
No, I actually don't have anything.
Oh, okay.
Just, whatever.
No, I'm just saying, for guys, you have to know that, she's going to be...
We may have hormonal issues going through the, whole thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. But...
just be patient with us.
Yeah, I'm being patient, but,
I have not had them. I feel like they have worn down.
This week's been better. This week has been better. So
it's Tuesday, guys.
This week has been better. You're not so, sharp with your tongue, and, you've been doing pretty good. So kudos for you, proud of you. So, do you have any more questions for me?
I don't. I just wanted to know your heart and how you felt.
I'm excited now. I think this is a place in prayer I'm actually going to use to invite God in more. Because it's not having control is sometimes the thing where we don't understand God in those moments. Not having control, not being in control, So you really have to give your heart and your faith to God in these moments. And I don't want to have another false test. I don't want to have another negative pregnancy test. This is what I don't want. I don't want another negative pregnancy test. I don't want to cry. I just want to celebrate from here. And I've said to myself, a lot of people, when they're beginning a journey, they never talk about the middle of the journey, your valley. And then on the other side, when they win, then they come out victorious, or like that, then it's like, well, how did you make it through? I think that's the question for people. How did you make it through between promise and manifestation? Mm-hmm. And this whole thing is so, I don't have the words for it.
Yeah.
It's so different because I have to be honest with myself to be honest with you guys. And she has to be honest with herself to be honest with you guys.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, I'm low-key afraid. I'm low-key a little bit still scared. I'm low-key a little bit apprehensive. Because it's like, I don't want to be the same thing over and over again. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So this is pushing my relationship with God in a way that I never knew that there were places in me that still need to be pushed. Places where I shut God out of, and I was like, okay, you gave me a promise, but I don't know how we're going to get to the end of this. And it just is what it is. And we'll just get out on the other side. But, being able to say, you know what? Hey guys, we're in a journey. And I think when people say, you're going through something, that means, that's a negative connotation. But literally, you're going through this journey to literally come out on the other side and help somebody and give them hope. And for the men, my heart goes out to you guys, because I don't think that we allow ourselves to feel, and we allow ourselves to have these moments where it's like, it's okay to feel how you feel. And I think the world puts on a negative persona about us. If we're emotional, people call you punks. People, you know what I'm saying? Like no, like we're taught in our ministry, yo, outside the door, we can fight anybody, we can fight whatever. But we come here, this is not the place. When you come home, this is not the place to fight. This is the place to have peace. Mm-hmm. This is the place to have understanding. Come, let us reason together. Come, let us understand. So if I'm having a day, and I have to tell myself that, and that's the thing. I think sometimes that's the hardest part. I have to tell myself, Justin, it's okay to be emotional during this thing. Like, it's okay to cry. Like, if you need to cry, like, it's okay to let your wife comfort you and embrace you, because in those moments you grow stronger together. Mm-hmm. and your bond gets super tight. And but sometimes while we're going through stuff like that, we literally like distant. You'll become distant. You'll separate yourself, and it's like then you give way to the enemy coming in, and you be like, yo, I'm all alone. It's like, no, G, that's not true. You got a whole nother person in the house with you. You are not alone. You have somebody here with you. Mm-hmm. So, I am a little nervous to really let every guard down and to let you see a part of me that's emotional even in this. And that can be frightening, but it's not, because I know you're with me. I know you got my back. So like, it's like, I don't want years and years of emotion to just like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but we have an awesome support team. Mm-hmm. We have awesome family. Our ministry is A1. Parents are A1. Love us through it, through this thing, stop putting pressure on us about having kids. Mm-hmm. And we're able to just breathe and relax, and to just trust God and just walk the journey. Scripture talks about how he is our shepherd and we shall not want. Yeah. He makes us lie down in green pastures. He leads us beside still waters. And that whole piece right there in that scripture is really just showing us that if we follow him, it doesn't matter where you go. And you could be watching this, and this might not pertain to you in this moment, but if you let him be your shepherd, it's when one part of the passage, it says, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. And even in this moment of this fertility journey, we have to let him shepherd us and guide us. We have to submit to him and be like, I don't know what to do. I don't know which way to go. So I need you to lead me and guide me. And as husbands, we have to say, Father, lead us so we can lead them. So we can show them which way to go. And putting on this false responsibility and this false weight on you, like you have to be this macho guy. Yo, that's cool for out there in them streets. But when you come home, your wife needs to know that you feel. When you come home, your wife needs to know that you're not a numb man and you're not emotionless. So.
Wow. Guys, that was a lot. That was deep. I enjoyed it though.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. I thought I was going to cry like maybe once or twice.
I almost cried a few times.
It's
but
okay. We made it through it, guys.
We made it through.
I guess I would, like to, say in closing that I am okay either way. I know that not everyone gets pregnant on the first round of Clomid. And I don't know, I feel like I have that peace. And I believe that peace is of God, that peace that passes all understanding. Like, I don't know. I mean, I may be pregnant, I may not be pregnant, but I feel like, I'm closer. I feel like I'm closer to being pregnant now than I ever was. Yeah. And so I just hold on to it.
That's a good way to really, because I believe this. If you speak truth, you can dispel a lie. I'm going to say it again. If you speak the truth, you can dispel a lie. You can dispel the lie of the enemy. The enemy has told us so many times that we're never going to have kids and you're never going to get pregnant and you're never going to do this. But if you take your little small, your little small victories over, like if you look at our life and one day we're going to be like dope editors and we'll be able to say, when you look at our life, we're going to have a picture here and a picture here of 9 years. And we'll put how much time has passed in between. And then,
sorry,
how much time has passed in between. And then you see all of these like stagnation points and all these points where you're in the same place and you've gained no ground. It seems like you've gained no ground. But now that you're taking Clomid, it's like, this is answered prayer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is truly answered prayer. This is, we are moving forward. Yeah. We're not in the same place that we were last year. We're not in the same place we were a couple of months ago. Like we're moving forward. So in your progression to the manifestation of kid, God's promise, whatever the case may be.
Whatever your thing is.
Take the victories and and remember the times when you were just in the same space for like 5 years. You didn't know what to do. You're doing the same thing over and over again. You gain no ground. But now, I'm saying to myself, it's okay if this test is negative. I'm still going to go out. I was supposed to go out the other day and buy a baby bottle because we had faith. I just want to talk about this.
Oh yeah.
We got rid of, because our thing is we want twin boys. That's it. We really want twin boys. So I got a boy and a girl bottle, for I don't know, I don't know. We just had faith.
Yeah, we just had faith.
We just had faith in it, and we was like, we're gonna get this, and we're gonna start preparing for our child. And I said, two boys. I'm gonna be it's gonna be my thing right there. I said, then afterwards, I could have a girl. It's like she don't want no girls, but we'll probably end up having a girl. So
I'm open now.
So, but we want the twin boys. Like that's like
yes.
But I'm gonna go back out and I'm gonna buy those 2 baby bottles again, because in this process we've allowed failed attempts and we've allowed the enemy to rob us of what God promised us. And we literally got rid of it because we were frustrated and we were like, I don't know when it's gonna happen. And I think we just threw them away when we were moving one time. I don't think we gave them to nobody. Did we?
Yeah.
We
probably just threw them away.
We just threw them away.
So, if your promise is something, don't throw away a demonstration of your promise.
God promised us that we were going to have a kid, so
yeah.
So I'm going back out. I'm going to buy the baby bottle, and it's going to be a reminder.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to just have a reminder for yourself. Be like, listen, this is what God promised me. I don't know when it's going to manifest. I don't know how it's going to manifest, but God's never broken a promise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just keep on holding on, having faith and believing until it comes. I'm going to put it right there. We have this little thing, have our names and our last name in the thing. And I'm going to put it right up here by the door. And I'm going to look at it every day. And I'm going to make a declaration. I believe.
Yeah, we believe.
You'll be surprised at what you can agree with God in and partner with God in with your words and watch it manifest.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, guys. So leave us comments, leave us questions. You share your testimonies with us in the comment section and we will read them and respond back to them.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening to our hearts and being a part of this journey with us. Follow him. You can follow us both on social medias. I am Marissa Best. He is
Justin Best.
And we will see you guys in our next update.